Outside Dalkey. It's a beautiful single-story Victorian station with the beautiful bay windows here. As is common in the majority of stations now, most of the station is just unoccupied, whereas before there would have been waiting rooms and toilets, and even the station master and his family would have occupied. Not this particular station now. I don't think they occupy this particular station, but certainly somewhere like Blackrock or Dundleary. And so it's not the first station that opened in Dalkey, it's the actual second station. The transport has a complex history. The atmospheric line, which is down in Barnhill Road, about 2 kilometres from here, is the original station, with the innovative experiment of an engineless train, I should say, like a tube, London Underground tube, using vacuum to transport it up and down the line. So that was the first Dalkey station. Now we have, here is where the yard was. So back in the day it would have been a kind of a goods yard, and this yard was, these sidings in this yard were used until the early 60s, and then trucks and so forth took over. But you would have had 2 sidings here, bringing all sorts of goods in for the local retailers of Dalkey. Dalkey went under a massive amount of reconstruction during the Dart works in 1980s, and platforms were replaced. This bridge here was replaced, this footbridge, and there's an old entrance here that was blocked off. There's an old entrance there. So we're walking among the goods yard here. That's the original wall from the time, but I'm not in the actual station at home, but there would have been a substation in there, and the pylons and the construction work would have been put up in 40 years ago. So it went on, like all these stations, up to Hout from Bray, and later Greystones went under a huge construction works. The next major, when they expanded the platforms, was in 2003. So that's when they undertook additional works here. You have those chimneys there, and very busy station. It's a very, very busy station. Trains every 20 minutes or so. So ideally located. A lot of stations tend to be quite far away from the towns or villages, but this station is very central. It's right beside Dalkey Main Street. We have maps here as well, heritage maps, the Heritage Centre, and this old telephone box, Edward VII, would have been originally in red. So you have a beautiful entrance there. So, just a little bit on the chronological history. The station itself opened in July 1918. Let's get it right. 1854. The same day as the line to Harcourt Street opened via Dundrum, and then they removed the atmospheric works and connected up Dalkey with Dundleary. So hard to believe, but this line used to be the branch line. The Harcourt Street line was the main line for trains down to Wicklow and Wexford and Waterford. But this was the branch line, because Pearse Station was, up until the 1890s, was a terminus station. So the station is very well kept, very well landscaped, and that's my story on Dalkey Station.